Have you ever imagined what it must feel like to know that the only way to save the world is to kill the person you love? Think about that for a second. I'm not talking about an action movie hero who cuts down evil without blinking. I'm talking about a man who looked into the eyes of the woman he loved, who had crossed seas, lost everything for her, and still drove a dagger into her heart. Jon Snow wasn't a hero in that moment. He was a man broken from the inside, doing the hardest thing any human being can do, choosing the world over love. And what makes that scene so unbearable is exactly this. It doesn't happen with rage, with hatred, with cold betrayal. It happens with a kiss. Daenerys had just conquered the Iron Throne. She had literally burned King's Landing to the ground, reduced people to ashes, children included, and she wasn't sorry. When Jon tries to make sense of what happened, she speaks with a conviction that sends chills down your spine. The world she's going to build is good, even if the path was horrific. She genuinely believes it, and that's the most terrifying part of all. Villains who know they're villains are easy to hate, but Daenerys thought she was right. Jon spends that entire scene torn apart. You can see in his eyes the weight of every conversation that came before. Tyrion in his cell saying that love is dangerous when it turns right into wrong. Arya warning him that she knows the face of a predator when she sees one. And yet, when he goes to Daenerys, he still kisses her. That kiss isn't betrayal, it's goodbye. And in the middle of that kiss, the knife goes in. There's no epic score, no grand speech, just silence, her collapsing in his arms. Drogon arriving and not attacking Jon, as if even the dragon understood that this was an act of impossible love, not cruelty. And then Drogon melts the Iron Throne, as if that iron seat had been the real culprit all along, as if the throne itself was the poison that corrupted everyone who ever tried to sit on it. What the writers built here, regardless of everything we criticize about Season 8, is one of the most brutal moral dilemmas ever put on television. Jon doesn't kill a monster. He kills a woman who was enslaved, hunted, betrayed, who lost children made of scales and of flesh, who gave her entire life to a mission she believed was sacred, and who in the end let the suffering consume everything human left inside her. There is no victory in that scene. Jon doesn't walk away a hero. He walks away as a man who will carry that forever. And he does, heading north, beyond the wall, away from everything, as if he felt unworthy of any reward. Game of Thrones always said the real world doesn't have fairy tale happy endings, and in that scene, the show kept its darkest promise. Sometimes, saving the world costs you everything you have. But here's the question that just won't leave you alone. If Daenerys had turned and looked into Jon's eyes 1 second earlier, would it have made any difference?